drive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Thank you. So, why Springfield?
I get asked that a lot, and I choose to live here because Springfield is a place that I can enjoy the life I want.
I love the outdoors.
You can be on the lake in just a short drive.
It only takes me 10 minutes to get to work.
Or off to anywhere in the world.
I know my kids will be safe and well educated.
there are really good job opportunities after graduation.
I'm able to work remotely and create on a high level.
The healthcare options in this area are incredible.
The options for housing and cost of living are so affordable.
We have room to create.
I love to experience the excitement of sports.
Can't beat the food.
Or the drinks.
Why Springfield? Because all the pieces you need to create your own story are here. The only thing missing is you.
Well, there are many great veterans organizations that help our wounded warriors. It's invisible wounds that go unrecognized, leading to addiction, brokenness, and often suicide. The Warriors Journey is a nationally recognized veterans nonprofit headquartered here in Springfield, Missouri. Our programs have helped over 15,000 warriors face those invisible challenges, saving thousands of lives and restoring countless families. No paperwork, no red tape. Learn more at twj.org or text us at 213-TWJ-HELP. Hi, honey, we love you.
How do you become the person you're really meant to be? How do you reach beyond what you thought was possible? The answer isn't about the destination. It's in the journey. It starts when you become part of something bigger. When you join a community that works together to lift each other up. A place where you form lifelong relationships and encounter life-changing experiences. It all starts when you go beyond. At Drury University, we take a personalized approach in combining hands-on learning, meaningful mentorship, and real-world results to make sure you have every opportunity to succeed in both your life and career. Maybe it's fusing your passion for research with your devotion to caring for others, or turning your love of learning into a lifetime of teaching. Maybe it's realizing a busy life doesn't mean you have to give up on your lifelong dreams, or using music to do something more than just entertain, or combining your entrepreneurial spirit with your affection for the arts. The path you take is up to you, but you won't be alone. Along the way, you'll receive mentorship from faculty who take the time to understand you, whether it's staying after class to look over an assignment, or just hanging out during office hours. Your journey starts here, but the Drury experience goes beyond the boundaries of the classroom and around the world. So get outside your comfort zone, join a club, play a sport, get loud, take center stage. Ask to have class outside just because you can. Fuse your brightest ideas with your best memories. And if you get knocked down, get back up. We'll be here for you. This is your journey. This is where you belong. Look around. This is where you become who you're meant to be.
Today will not be easy. But you did not choose the easy path. Easy is not who we are. We are Drury!
You will be tested every minute that you are out there. And you will be better for it. We are
Drury! There's no time for fear in this room. When I look in your eyes, I see focus. I see intensity. I see an unrelenting desire to be unstoppable.
You have been waiting for this moment, and your moment is here. Who are we? We are Drury!
Who are we? We are Drury! Who are we? We are!
And live from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena, it is Drury Panther hockey as the Panthers take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Hello, everybody. Steve Casson with you, along with Scott Lutzke, live from the Big Slice broadcast booth as we get ready for this game. The first game in a while between these two teams. It's been a couple of weeks since the Drury Panthers have been on the ice, but they get ready tonight with Iowa State. The Panthers in the new ranking are in the top 10, and we'll talk about it as we get into the WSR pregame report. But the Drury Panthers ranked number 8 in the first poll of the 25-26 season. It's the coaches' rankings, but they are still ranked in the top 10. Now, they did not play last weekend. In fact, a sweep over Davenport University a couple of weeks ago, September 26th and 27th. Game 1, it was a 6-2 victory as Joe Davidson got 2 goals. Francis Young-Menard, Tyson Horiachka, Lucas Ravenstein, and Levi Brewer all tallied a goal each. In Game 2, a 5-1 victory, and it was KT Walters with 3 goals and 1 assist for the Panthers. Daniel Beaupre had 3 assists. Luke Aston, Matthew Johnston also had a goal each. Brett Sweet stopped 20 of 21 shots. If you look at some of the players' streaks right now, Aston with a 5-game point streak. Daniel Beaupre, 4-game goal streak. Jackson Truchon, a 4-game assist streak, and Grady Sterling Ponick with a 3-game assist streak. So a lot of players in the scoring category for the 8-0 Drury Panthers. We'll take a look at the leading scorers right now for the Panthers. That includes Luke Aston with a goal and 2 assists versus Davenport back on September 27th, actually the 26th and the 27th. And again, a 5-game point streak, 2 goals, 4 assists during that time. And career points, 21 goals, 29 assists in 39 games for Aston, who has 11 points in 8 games, averaging 1.38 points per game. Second for the Panthers. That is KT Walters. 3 assists versus Davenport, September 29th. A 4-game and a 2-game assist streak. 4-game points, 2 games assists. Career points in 38 games, 13 goals, 34 assists, averaging 1.25 points per game. Third for the Panthers. That is Daniel Beaupre. 3 goals, 1 assist versus Davenport on the 27th. The 2-game assist streak we talked about. And his career points, 21 goals, 20 assists for 41 points in 39 games. And right now this season, averaging 1.43 points per game. Fourth for the Panthers. That is Anmol Garcha. He lost a 4-game point streak. He did not have any points against Davenport a couple of weekends ago, but he has 16 goals, 27 assists, and 39, and make that 36 games for him, and 7 points this season, averaging 0.88 points per game. Fifth for the Panthers. That is Grady Sterling Ponick. 3-game assist streak, 2 assists, make that 1 assist versus Davenport on September 27th. 1 goal, 8 assists in 8 games for him career-wise, averaging another 8.88 points per game in 8 games for him. We'll look at the goaltending crew for the Drury Panthers. They have Joseph Kuchaslo, Josh Robbins, and Brett Sweet, but tonight Kuchaslo will be the starter. In 6 games, he's 6-0 with a 1.50 goals against average and a .942 save percentage. Combined the team with a 1.15 goals against average and a shutout. And that shutout is Kuchaslo's. We'll look at the visitors and the Iowa State Cyclones. They are ranked in the final division poll, the ACHA Division I final rankings last season, number 50. Now, right now, they rank the top 25. Drury, of course, in the top 10. That's why we know their ranking. But 50th at 7-23-3 last season for Iowa State, who comes in this season at 2-2-2. They are 1-2 in overtime or a shootout. That leads to the record that they have this season. A 4-3 loss to Illinois State on September 19th. A 6-5 win over Illinois State on September 20th. Michael Mullerkin got the power play goal in that victory. And then a shootout loss to Oklahoma. 4-3, that was Trevor Slott, Dylan Hender, who had shootout goals, but not enough, as they do fall to Oklahoma by that 4-3 count. Split with Waldorf University October 3rd and 4th. In Game 1, a 3-1 loss as Benjamin Fanestein, the only one to get a goal. William Piney with 28 stops of 31 shots against him. In Game 2, a 4-3 victory. Matthew Mahoney, Sam Eaton, along with Hender and Mullerkin also getting a goal each for the Iowa State Cyclones. Now, they are ACHA Division I national champions. They won the very first championship that the ACHA was started, and that was in 1992. And they've been runner-up several times, in fact, a couple of times to Ohio, but they have not won anything as far as a championship since 1992. We'll look at the leaders for Iowa State. That includes John Kovarik, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Dylan Hender has 3 and 3 for 6. Samuel Eaton with 2 and 4 for 6 points, averaging a point a game. And we talked about Benjamin Fanestein with 2 goals and 4 assists for 1 point per game. Michael Mulliken also with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, 0.83 points per game. And 13 players on the roster have at least a point this season. At the goaltenders now, as we see the quintet, 4 of them. They have 4 goaltenders. That's who it is. Matthew Schlosser has not seen any action along with Jack Waitala, but they have Noah Behrens-Gold. He is the backup tonight, and William Piney will be the goaltender starting tonight. He is 1-2-1 with a 3.70 goals against average and an .886 save percentage. We'll look at the matchups between these two teams tonight. Of course, the Panthers, they have the record at 8-0, goals .440, only allowed 12 this season, a big goal differential for them. On the power play, though, the Panthers 18.8% and 23.5% for Iowa State. They lead in that category. Penalty kill, though, favors the Panthers at 84% and 81% for the Iowa State Cyclones. And that is the matchup here tonight between these two teams as we round out the WSR pregame report. It is time now to head down to the public address announcer and Kevin Klein for the introduction and the on-ice festivities here at Brightspeed Ice Park.
Drury University Panthers!
Your official scorekeeper and clock operator is Ryan Robb. Tonight's officials, referees Mark Marzola and Terry Farrar. Linesmen Matt Wells and Griffin Green. Penalty box officials Danny McIntyre and Rob Stegman. And the broadcast team for Web Sports Radio is Steve Casson, Scott Lutsky, and Jayla Hunter. Our music director is the Duchess of the Ditty, Jaden Robb. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cyclones. At left wing, number 14, Ethan Pagel. Right wing, number 13, Sam Eaton. Center, number 18, Michael Mulcairn. Left defense, number 20, Ben Fanenstein. Right defense, number 11, Reed Wilson. Goal, number 29, William Pinney. The Cyclones head coach is Jonas Hostovecki, assistant Brian Kerpieski.
Who is that? Who's in there?
Hello, Cyclones. We're border states. But if you want a good neighbor, call State Farm. We may have... And Cyclones don't make us shake. Buckle up, because you're about to get blown away. Let's play a game.
And now, Panthers fans, get loud as we meet the starting six for your Drury University Panthers! At left wing, a sophomore from Armstrong, British Columbia, Canada, number 81, Devin Jameson. At right wing, a sophomore from Salmon Arm, British Columbia, Canada, number 29, Matthew Johnston. At center, a junior from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada, the captain, number 19, K.T. Walters. At left defense, a freshman from Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada, number 44, GSP Grady Sterling Ponick. At right defense, a sophomore from St. Albert, Alberta, Canada, number 22, Lucas Sadonic. And in goal, a sophomore from Mission, British Columbia, Canada, number 30, Joe Kuchaslo. The Panthers are led by head coach Jeremy Law, assistant coach Cliff Cook,
The Panthers' athletic trainer is Sarah Robinson, and the strength coach is Corey Roy. The Panthers are joined tonight by 8-year-old Tucker Stafford, a second grader at Harrison Elementary and a participant in the Lil Panthers program. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to continue standing if you're able. And gentlemen, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Our national anthem from Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. We'll fix that camera angle for you. We had it set earlier, but we'll get it. Next intermission. Now, if you're looking in besides the angle, you say, why is the ice pink? Well, it's been pink all month for breast cancer awareness, and it will continue to stay pink throughout the remainder of the month. We are just about ready to get going here. Had I known it would have been that much of a delay, I could have fixed that for you, but it is all good. Steve Casson with you, along with Scott Lutzke, who keeps us on the air, and Jayla Hunter doing great camera work, filling in when needed. Much appreciated. So we are underway in period number 1. Over to the far side, the Panthers. That's another team that plays here. Panthers will have it. They'll send it all the way down. Gets deflected at the half boards. Taken by KT Walters. Sent over to the left side now is Grady Sterling-Ponich with a drive. And it'll be saved and held onto by William Piney. He is 1-2-1 with a 3.70 goals against average and an .886 save percentage. Joseph Kuchaslo for the Panthers, 6-0 with a 1.50 goals against average and a .942 save percentage. There's Luke Aston. After the draw one, it'll come to the right side. Francis Young-Menard's pass gets deflected down in low. Chipped around back to the near side. Off the stick of John Kovarik. Taken away by the Panthers. Anmol Garcha. He works his way through. Garcha sends it down in low. They get it to Tyson Horiachka. Off of his stick from Garcha. Francis Young-Menard. They swing it down low to Horiachka. He lost it for a second. Cyclones pick it up. Gabe Myers got it out to center ice. It's sent all the way down. No icing. Chased by Russell Kosick. Kosick for Drury this season with 5 assists for the Panthers. 18:39 to go. Drury able to clear. Here's a lead pass. It is up to Joe Davidson. Backhander in front, score as they send it over to Gale. What a pass, what a shot, what a goal. So on the break, as the goaltender came out, Gale was able to pick it up and get it past the sliding Piney, and it is a 1-0 lead for Drury. They have scored the first goal of the game in 8 of 9 games.
Panthers goal.
His first of the season, scored by number 20, Jared Gale. Assisted on the play by number 39, Joe Davidson. And number 13, Francis Young-Menard.
Time of the goal, 1:31. Gale, his first of the season from Davidson and Young-Menard at 1:31.
So a 1-0 lead for the Panthers. Here is Ben Fanestein trying to break it through, and Drury will intercept. Panthers with possession. They bank it off the boards. It'll go to Riley take that back. It's the wrong 7. Here's a drive that comes in. Daniel Beaupre. It was St. Clair, number 7, for the Drury Panthers. We have a stoppage with 17:42 to go in the period and a 1-0 lead for the Panthers. Off the draw, Jackson Truchon sends it up ahead, but as it goes to Bosher, it's off of him. Tip comes in, and a good save there by Piney. Panthers have it again. Another blast, this one from Nolan Bosher, and a save by Piney once again. Now St. Clair and Truchon come in. Jack Carroll is there for the Cyclones. Sent around the backside of the net by Ethan Ranger. Worked over to the far side. Taken now by St. Clair. Up top, it will go right side. Sadownik drive in and a blocker save by Piney. Panthers with it again. St. Clair to Truchon. They work it left side in Carroll. Pad save by Piney. Dropped in low once again, and the Panthers will try to work it to Truchon. Gregory Harley comes in. 1 assist this season for him. Panthers have it. Jamison, as he's able to drag it through, does Devin. 1 goal, 3 assists. Here's Jamison again. He shoots, and it gets deflected off of the goal stick of the goaltender, Piney. Goes behind the net as it'll be taken by Harley. Well, stepping in front was Davidson. Now Jamison with it. Jamison lost it. It comes up the middle. Panthers steal. Drive comes in. Tipped away from Matthew Johnston. And Drury will set it up again. They bring it across the line. Work it. Getting checked off the play is Walters. Up top right side. Young-Menard drive, and he missed. Panthers with it to Kosek. Gets around the stick check of Michael Mulcairn. Now a drive comes in. Jamison on the rebound on the shot from Young-Menard. Panthers with it again. It is broken up. This time it is cleared by Jack Carroll and out to center ice. Panthers try to catch ISU in a line change. Drury had a little trouble getting it down low. They finally do. It'll go to Walters. Walters gets around Gabe Myers. Now left side drive, tipped out in front off the shot from Kosek. Panthers have it again, and Davidson tipped it right through. Can Myers clear? He does. It's sent down, but Panthers will have it. Drury, as Young-Menard had it go off of him. Buck shot in and blockered. It would have went wide anyway, but Kuchaslo was able to blocker it away. Panthers with it. One hand off the boards. Too far for Aston. Now he picks it up. Luke Aston, leading scorer for the Panthers. 2-on-1. Back to Aston, and he missed it. Here up top again. A drive missing wide off of Garcha's attempt. Now behind the net. Panthers work it again. Whistle, stoppage and play. And it's for the net being dislodged. I don't know why. Everything was fine. The officials even look at it and say everything's fine. We'll do it again. Panthers win the draw. Right off the draw, shot by Garcha goes wide. Sliding down is Kress, not able to grab. Panthers have it again. Horiachka, he'll work it to the near side boards to Aston. Right side, now to the left side, along the line to Rick. Grabbed by Frank Kula. Out to center ice. It'll go to Ethan Pagel. Back down to the Panthers zone. Shots are 7-1, now 7-2 in favor of the Drury Panthers. We're going to get a penalty. A delayed call getting upended was one of the Panthers. They get the goaltender out. That was Brewer. So here come Drury on a delayed call. Puck dropped down in. Work behind the net. Gale trying to chip it through, but it's touched up by the Cyclones. Power play now with 13:48 to go in the period. Going into the penalty box, John Kovarik.
John Kovarik, 2-minute minor for tripping. Time of the penalty, 6:12.
So the Panthers on the power play, 81% at home. I take that back. They are 19.2% at home, 5 for 26. That was their penalty kill stat. Here's a drive that comes in, and a good save as Walters got the drive. Piney keeps it out. Walters again. Left side, Garcha shoots in. It goes high. Half boards once again for Walters. Gets around the stick check of Fanestein. Here's a drive that gets tipped up high. Waiting for it was Johnston. Kept in though, Sadownik. Garcha up the middle. Fanning on it was Davidson. Right out in front, and Walters had it deflected away, and a good play by Fanestein. Now Johnston. Down low, Walters. Johnston again, he shoots and he missed wide. Garcha, power play with 57 seconds remaining. Here up top, trying to work it is Garcha, now to Walters. Power play with 47. Waiting for it, Garcha. Now they get it into Sadownik, broken up and cleared. So the Panthers, who have scored the first goal in 8 of 9 games, lead here 1-0. Now to Beaupre, as he tries to skate through with Gale. So it's 3 Panthers, 1 Cyclone. And that is Andrew Franey. Franey lost it as he was triple teamed. Panthers have it. 4 seconds to go on the power play. Up top, Sterling Ponick. It's blocked. We're back to 5-on-5. Panthers with the advantage. Oh, the puck is taken away. Cleared all the way down. Kovarik, we're going to get a penalty. Too many men, maybe? I think so. What a break for the Panthers. So Harrison Ranger will serve it, but I believe it's a too many men penalty.
Bench penalty to Iowa State for too many men on the ice. Time of the penalty, 8:18. Too many men on the ice, minor to Iowa State at 8:18. The penalty is being served by number 88, Harrison Ranger.
So there we go, power play. .123 to go. Aston. Drive comes in. It is saved as Gale tried to get the drive off. Up top once again. Here's Beaupre. Beaupre works it through. Gale tipped it and it went behind the net. He tried to chop at it. Panthers have it again. Right side, Garcha. It is moved to the far side. Once again, that's actually 18. Aston, not Garcha, 88. Here's Young Menard. Power play for 107. Panthers 0 for 1 with the man advantage. Trying to do something here. They lead 1-0. Aston waits. Could not get around the diving Fanestein. Panthers keep it in. Gale looking behind him to Aston. Pfannenstein still trying to break it up, but the Panthers have it. 45 seconds remaining. Score! Francis Young-Menard. Power play goal. The Panthers are 1 for 2 with the man advantage. And for Francis Young-Menard, his 3rd goal of the season. 2-0 on the power play.
Panthers goal, a power play goal, scored by number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Assisted on the play by number 18, Luke Aston, and number 44, Grady Sterling Ponick. Time of the power play goal, 9:36. Young-Menard, his 3rd of the season from Aston and Sterling Ponick at 9:36.
Panthers have it again after the draw. Jamison is there, taken away from him. Harley with it, and he'll feed Ethan Pagel out to center and all the way down into the Panthers zone. Wraparound attempt is broken up. 9:45 to go and a 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Here come Drury back with a 4-on-2 into the zone right out in front, and a backhander by Walters. And that was saved by Piney. Panthers have it again. Off the boards far side to Johnston. He's checked in front by Eaton. Driven off of the play by Myers. Panthers keep it in though. 9:12 to go, 2-0 lead. Drive in, save Penny on the shot by Brewer. Rebound out in front. Walters with a drive, and it goes behind the net. Puck is taken away and cleared. Ravenstein will have it. Panthers steal the puck. Kept in by Nolan Bosher. Down out in front as the backhander by Bosher is saved by Piney. Draws one, Panthers have it. Puck is slipped off to center, and it'll be ground by Russell Kosick back in his own zone. Kosick this season, 5 assists, 3 points in 4 games for him, and now we get a whistle stoppage in play. Play underway, near side boards. Oh, big hit. That's getting slammed as Bosher. He gets up, sends it over to the right side. Now the left side, a drive by Kosick is grabbed by Piney. Flipped up off the boards after the draw, sent all the way down, and it'll be Sadownik to try to grab. 7:52 remaining in the period. Here come the Panthers. They bring it across the line. Anmol Garcha, cross-ice pass, and a drive by Aston is held on to by Piney. 7:36 to go in the period. Buck is flipped to the corner. Taken by Harley. Behind the net, looking for it was Aston. Now to Garcha. Here's Garcha with it. Trying to set it in front to Aston, but Reed Wilson stands in front of him. Still looking for his first points this season is Wilson, the defenseman out of Lacombe, Alberta, Canada. Now ground by Harley. Off of him. Taken away by the Cyclones, Reed Wilson. Back into the Panthers zone. 6:48 to go. Shot up high. It misses. Behind the net, Andrew Franey trying to grab. Outlet pass now by Ethan Ranger. Out to center and driven in by Harrison Ranger. Panthers bring it across the line offside. Gale let it go. .608 to go in the period, and a 2-0 lead for Drury. Gale, his first at 1:31, then at 9:36 on the power play, Francis Young-Menard. Beaupre got upended, delayed call. Goaltender is coming out. Panthers on the delayed penalty right out in front. The drive comes in. Piney will hold on. So 2 minutes on the board to Riley Kress. Third power play for the Panthers. 3 minutes, or 3 penalties for 6 minutes.
Riley Kress, 2-minute minor for holding. Time of the penalty 14:10.
That's the call. The Panthers have the power play again. They're 1 for 2 on their third now. 6 for 32 coming into this contest. Walters, up drive that came from up top. It was a floater by Sadownik. Buck driven all the way down. Chasing it is Christopher Condals. The Panthers will return. Sadownik across the line. Has some room. Chipped off, and it is Condals to send it out to center ice. Right back in for Garcha. He'll have it in the offensive zone. Half boards now to Beaupre. Up top to Sterling Ponick. Drive by Beaupre hits the outside of the net. Chipped up top. Beaupre with it again. He shoots and he missed wide. Gale. It's checked off by Reed Wilson. Panthers right out in front. Shot, score! A loose puck, and Young-Menard will pick up his second goal here this period. Second in a row, in fact. Fourth goal of the season. Iowa State takes a timeout. Second power play goal. This one will come at 15 37.
Power play goal scored by number 13, Francis Youngman. Assisted on the play by number 18, Luke Aston. And number 8, Daniel Beaupre. Time of the goal, 15:37. A power play goal scored by number 13, his second of the game and fourth of the season, Francis Young-Menard, assisted by Luke Aston and Daniel Beaupre.
Four minutes remains, and now a power play.
Number 7, Jamison St. Clair. 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the penalty, 16 minutes. St. Clair, 2-minute minor for slashing at 16 minutes.
So now, power play for the Cyclones. They work it up top, broken up. Panthers have it. They have a short-handed situation. Coming in, trying to get in front of it is Tyson Horiachka. And now we get a whistle stoppage for another penalty here, I believe. Or do we get just a stoppage in play? It looks like just a stoppage. .322 to go. Play in the Panthers zone. Brought back out, where Fanestein will set it up. Here's Kovarik. His pass broken up, taken away and cleared. .44 seconds remaining in the power play. Harley. Now to Myers. Gabe across. 1 goal, 4 assists for him. Backhander in front looking for that second one. And it missed. 28 seconds remains. Now 20 seconds. Six seconds to go on the power play. And now drive and a score as the Panthers come back after the power play. It's 3-0. Take that back. 4-0. We'll catch the call from public address announcer Kevin Klein.
Panthers goal, his third of the season, scored by number 7, Jamison St. Clair. Assisted on the play by number 21, Nolan Boucher. Time of the goal, 18:08. St. Clair, his third of the season from Boucher at 18:08.
So, of course, the Panthers goal to make it 4-0. And the Panthers looking for more with 1:14 remaining. Back down to the Panthers zone. It's Chaslow to bring it into the corner. Eaton is there with less than a minute to go in the period. Puck taken away and cleared, sent all the way down. We will get an icing call. Shots are 18-3. They favor the Panthers. Off the draw. Puck behind the net. We are having a little bit of trouble with our clock connection. We'll try to get that fixed for you. Meanwhile, Panthers, they bring it down in. Getting pulled off the play was Jamison. Now 19 seconds remains. You're across the line, Vanestein with 10 to go. Three seconds, and the Panthers will be okay with letting the period run out.
Activity. Drury goal at 1:31, his first of the season, scored by number 20, Jared Gale. Assisted by number 39, Joe Davidson, and number 13, Francis Young-Menard. Iowa State penalty.
Well, he'll go through all of that. We'll go through the remainder of the goals here. Francis Young-Menard on the power play at 9:36. Aston and Sterling Ponick to make it 2-0. And then at 15:37 on the power play, Young-Menard again. Aston and Beaupre makes it 3-0. 18:08, St. Clair will get his third of the season. That one assisted by Boucher. 4-0 in favor of the Panthers right now. Shots on goal. William Piney faces 18. Joe Kuchaslo faces just 3. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will hear from Luke Aston of the Drury Panthers. We'll do that in just a moment. Hopefully get everything else fixed for you too. But right now it is a 4-0 lead for the Drury Panthers. We'll be back in a moment.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great Moments in Office Technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created Junk Email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
Back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now talking with Luke Aston of the Drury Panthers out of St. Albert, Alberta, Canada. For those of us who are very geographically challenged, where is that?
So it's just north of Edmonton. I want to say about 20-25 minutes, depending on where you are, which is so Alberta, right above Montana.
Okay.
So if you just go a couple hours north of there.
So in between Calgary and Edmonton?
North of Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, again, I'm geographically challenged, so I don't know. I know it's in Alberta, and I know where that is, but I just don't know. Is Calgary higher than Edmonton?
No,
or
it's below it.
Below it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you're north of Edmonton. So you're north of everything.
Yeah.
So then the question is, who's your favorite NHL team?
Edmonton Oilers for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when Calgary and Edmonton get together?
Oh, it's bad news here on our team because we got a lot of Calgary fans and a couple Edmonton guys. So they were actually playing last night in the home opener.
Yes.
And Calgary came back and beat them, which was not a good one for us Oilers fans sitting in the apartment.
Okay, now here's the thing. I'm an LA Kings fan. That has been tough for the last 4 years.
It definitely has been.
So it's not fun. This year, I really, I mean, they can make the playoffs. I don't care if Edmonton does. Just don't play LA.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Please don't. We'll meet in the second round, I guess. But anyway, so is it that hockey is your favorite sport?
100%, yeah. That was kind of my only major sport growing up. Was mainly hockey.
Now, again, for those of us who are geographically challenged, how much does it snow up there?
Well, it's been less and less as I was growing up, but Edmonton's not too bad. It just gets like more freezing cold, so it gets about minus 30 sometimes with the wind chill.
Now, is that Celsius or Fahrenheit?
That's Celsius.
Okay, so I don't know the conversion,
I don't know
but it's probably pretty cold.
It's very cold, yes. So that's kind of the bigger thing rather than the snow. You do get it quite a bit, but it's more the cold and the wind that is kind of bad up there.
So, yeah, there's probably a name for it, but I know in some areas they have names for the wind chill and the cutters, and they call them or whatever when they go through like that.
Yeah.
Do they have something up there?
No, not that I know of. Probably asking the wrong guy about that, but there's probably something. I just don't know it.
There you go. So how old were you when you first got on skates?
I'd say around like 6 or 7.
That's late.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm surprised you even are out skating out as well as you are now. No, I'm kidding, but but seriously, if you're not a year old on skates, it's like you're late sometimes.
Yeah.
But do you remember that first time you were out on the ice?
No, I definitely don't. My older brothers, I have 2 of them who also played hockey, so I think there's more of that, like remembering going to the rink to watch them when I was a bit younger.
One thing I happened to see, and I'm sure you've gone to the arena, and Rogers Arena has changed and morphed over the time, but I happened to see 2 things. One, that there's a hotel that you can take a walkway to get to the arena. Now, that's expensive than all get out, but I've seen that. And then I also saw an apartment building that was built right next door. You literally walk across the street, and I'm thinking, wouldn't that be cool? Live right there. And so I did a search, and it was only like $1,400 Canadian. I mean, that to me is not bad to live in an apartment right across the street from the arena.
No, definitely not. That's definitely a new arena and new kind of area they built down there. They call it the Ice District. So everything around there is kind of like built for like hockey pretty much and being around it. So it's definitely a really cool area when you get to go down there.
Okay, the big question to you. Why did you choose Drury hockey?
Well, I think a big part of it had to do with the guys I knew coming down here as well. So my first year when Jeremy was recruiting, and kind of the big thing was if we can get a couple guys up from Canada that like we knew of each other, if we could get them down and like a big group package, I think that was kind of the biggest sell point for me. And then obviously, it's great down here living across the street from the rink and a 5-minute walk to school.
Sure.
In a pretty good apartment building. So that's also a really nice added bonus.
What about this area, besides the fact it's in the middle of the heartland, USA, but what about this area is different that maybe you do like versus being up near Edmonton?
Yeah, well, the summers definitely last a lot longer here. So I kind of get 2 summers getting back home. The weather doesn't really get that hot, but then when I come back here, it's hot for at least for another 2 months.
Sure.
So I think the weather is probably the biggest thing.
Now, do they have any outdoor rinks there?
Yeah. Oh, there's a ton. They probably get starting in around December, November, maybe, when it starts to get a little bit colder up home. But they're all over the place. There's probably, like 6 or 7 up in Canada, or like just in my town alone.
I was gonna say you probably have skated tons of times there.
Yeah, lots.
Is it one of those things where you're out, you're skating, it's midnight, and all of a sudden you hear like a horn sounding, like, time to go?
Usually the lights turn off, unfortunately.
Oh, there you go.
And then you're just playing out. Sometimes you'll bring a truck around and get the headlights on the ice if you want to finish your game. But yeah, usually the lights is what's calling it.
That is, yeah, I didn't think about that. So, timer that you guys can't touch, right? It's all locked up.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first organized game that you played in?
Not really, no. I guess probably just our initiation hockey growing up or whatever it is at our local rink. Just signing up and maybe playing with a couple neighborhood kids that I remember playing with, but no, that's pretty long ago. I don't really remember the specifics.
Luke Aston is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Now that you're here and you've had a chance to kind of be around this team and know what it's like, your thoughts on the Panthers?
I love it down here. I think, our team this year especially is very deep, and, we're a really tight, close-knit group. So I got nothing good things to say about, this program and the team that we got here, and I'm really excited for what we can do this year. Hopefully, make a really good run at it.
Speaking of runs, this is also a team that has had several different runs and streaks. You're on another one as of this recording right now. Is there anything that is maybe, I don't want to use the word worrisome, but do you guys think, when are we going to get that first, what? Or do you guys just get out there and play and do whatever you got to do?
I mean, I hate to say it, but it definitely might be in the back of your mind, but I think that's, our challenge as a team and as players is to just go out there and play our game and kind of just take it one step at a time, and regardless of who we're playing or wherever they're ranked, is just treat it as, it's a national championship kind of game. So, just taking it one game at a time, I'd say, is the biggest issue.
We talked about your favorite team. That's Edmonton. So who is your favorite player?
I'm a big Zach Hyman guy, actually. I think just the way he plays and, how hard he works on both ends of the ice, I'd say him.
Now, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Well, right now I'm taking a finance and economics degree, so I'm looking to be at investment banking, but, that's a couple years away, so I'm just kind of taking it year by year, and, if other opportunities come up, I'll jump on those, but I would say that for right now, and then just playing hockey as long as I can as well, seeing where that goes.
When you get done, are you going to maybe coach or hang around the game a little bit, or just straight into whatever work you have to do?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, I'd love to hang around hockey as long as I can, and if there's a couple years after college or there's an opportunity for me to keep playing, I might take it, depending on what's going on at the time. And then, of course, when that's all said and done, years down the road, if I could coach, that'd be amazing. With my older brother actually coaches as well at a pretty high level.
Nice.
So that'd be awesome. To be able to coach with him would be pretty cool.
This is a team that they have a lot of scorers. Right now, you're leading the team. As of this recording, 4 goals, 7 assists in 8 games. Did you think that's where you'd be right now?
I think it's where I want it to be. I'm not sure it's where I'd think. Obviously everyone comes into a season wanting to, be the top scorer. But that's not really a big concern of mine. It feels good to, think about, but it's not kind of the biggest concern. Just kind of playing and helping out the team and making sure that we're getting, big wins and we're playing well is kind of my biggest concern.
Now, as far as family goes, brothers, sisters?
Yeah, 2 older brothers.
They play hockey?
Not anymore, but yeah, they grew up playing hockey.
Now, did you all play together?
Yeah. Like growing up in the yard or on the road hockey or whatever, but never on ice. The older 2 got to play together when they were like 18, 19, but I never got the chance to play with them in an actual competitive hockey game.
So being the younger brother out there, rumor is that the younger one gets the more advantages of the olders. Was that true?
I would say so, yes. I don't want to admit it, but sometimes that is the way it goes with the youngest. Even just getting to be down here and having the opportunity to play down in the States and, continue playing hockey at a college level, I think that's definitely one of the bigger advantages that I got, being the youngest and kind of seeing my older brothers go through their whole process of, playing junior hockey and then kind of making their decision from there. I kind of get to learn from them and kind of just make my own path, but I'm definitely lucky, I'd say, to be the youngest.
Luke Aston is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Is there a food that you maybe would call it a staple in Canada that is not here and you're really wishing you had some?
I wouldn't say it's, actually it would be a staple. I think Tim Hortons.
Oh, yeah, of course, Timmy's, yes.
Yes, our bacon farmer's wrap is a go-to for me early morning before work. So I'd say that's the biggest thing I'm missing right now, that and an iced coffee.
There you go. And I agree with you on Timmy's, because when I get up there, that's my first go-to.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, in fact, my wife's daughter's boyfriend, they're here, and they brought over some Timmy's. So, okay, yes,
Yeah.
I can have my coffee in the morning and be happy, but definitely some good stuff there. What about here? Is there anything here that you were surprised that, wow, America has this and I love it?
Not really. They definitely have more options of fast food. So, like,
of course.
Yeah. But I think just like the variety of that. But I wouldn't really say this is specific food here in Springfield that I'm like, I knew or like I tried and was surprised about down here.
Is it safe to say maybe that Canadians eat better?
Depending on maybe a little bit. Maybe the average Canadian, maybe a little, but I don't know. I think it goes both ways.
So what is your go-to meal when you get ready for a game?
Definitely chicken and pasta. I'll usually go Alfredo sauce if we got it, but if not, I'll just do either butter and chicken or marinara sauce.
And then when you're not playing, if it's just something that you can have, what would you fancy? Our apartment does chicken burritos a lot, so we kind of do that, or like chicken fajitas. So I think that's kind of a staple. Or we do salmon and rice is a big one we do as well. Now, do you guys take turns on the cook?
Yeah, we do. Most of the time it's two guys cook, the other guys clean, and we just kind of switch back and forth.
Who's the better cooker?
I'll say Gavin out of the four of us. I think I'm a close second though. But I think everyone kind of likes their own thing sometimes, so I kind of make it their own different ways.
Yeah, and then you guys just have to eat it or don't eat it, right?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty like standard bland food anyways. Like none of us are good cooks, but I guess it's just really like the sauces or spices that get mixed in.
There you go. Well, at the end of interviews, I always wish players more goals. And so in this case, just like everybody else, I wish you more goals. I mean, right now, as I mentioned, 4 of them. So you're not the leader in that, but you have 7 assists, and you do top the team in that kind of scenario. So I guess I'll just wish you more points. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
And some W's.
Yep, that's even better.
All right, that sounds good.
Thank you very much.
Hey, appreciate you doing this.
No problem.
That's Luke Aston of the Drury Panthers. We'll take a break. More hockey coming up.
This is Barrel Bob, MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. You'll be seeing more of me as the weather warms up. Crews will be working on our roads. That means lanes will be closed for construction and maintenance work on our highways. As you approach a work zone, please don't drive distracted. You need to pay attention. I want you and my friends working on the roads to all get home safely. Remember, buckle up and put down your phone. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We are back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Cass, Scott Lutsky keeps us on the air. There's Scott. And sometimes gets upset when he's not connected remotely. That's happened a few times towards the end of the period. And Jayla Hunter, who I just realized, she told me I didn't give her her headset. And they wanted to start the game immediately before the clock even got started. That was the reasoning for all of that buzzer, and I think we're all set and ready to go now. So we will start period number 2 with the Drury Panthers skating from the right to the left, and they quickly get the puck in. A backhander out in front, and it was just missed by Matthew Johnston. Panthers keep it again. They have a 4-0 lead, looking for the 5th goal here as it comes up top to Sadownik. Now works over to Grady Sterling Ponich with a drive in, and it will be held on to by William Piney. .1933 remaining. I believe we have our camera all set up and ready to go. We have Scott set up and ready to go, and we have a face-off, and we're underway. Here come the Cyclones with Pagel. He is double teamed by Young Menard, who already has 2 goals here. A wraparound out in front. That one missed by Michael Mulcairn, and it's out to center ice. Here come the Panthers across the line right side. Aston's pass broken up underneath the stick of Horiachka, and it's out to center. Panthers grab again at center ice. Garcha over to Horiachka with a drive in and a save by Piney. Rebound up top. Young Menard. Drive comes in by Beaupre. That's broken up. 18:43 to go in the period. Puck behind the net. Panther falls down. A drive comes in. It is cleared out to center. Defensively getting back for the Panthers is Lucas Ravenstein. 3 goals, 3 assists for Ravenstein. He is tied for 6th leading scorer. Although we will have to update this because Francis Young-Menard now with 7 points. He is also now tied for 4th. That pushes Ravenstein down to 7th. 18 minutes to go in the period. Shots 21-3 in favor of Drury. Cyclones with Kovarik sent in, and the Panthers will intercept. In the Drury, or make that in the ISU end of the ice. Here come the Cyclones. A drive comes in, save Kuchaslo on the shot by Klondiles, and the puck is cleared out to center ice. Retrieving it, Riley Kress. Delayed call, penalty coming up. Panthers are going to be assessed, apparently. Goaltender Piney comes out. Delayed call against Drury. Here across the line are the Cyclones, and a pressure by Boucher keeps it out. Now we get a whistle, stoppage and play. Ravenstein will go. Looks like a slashing call. Looks like we have everything set up now, all our connections, so we are good to go there. Ravenstein in.
Number 6, Lucas Ravenstein. 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the penalty, 2:56. Ravenstein, 2-minute minor for slashing at 2:56.
16:58 to go in the period. Sadownik with possession. Gets it over to Grady Sterling Ponick. Gets cleared out to center ice and all the way down. 1:43 remains. St. Clair to steal. He thinks better of it and gets it out to center ice, although it's intercepted, taken by the Cyclones. Kovarik's shot sails wide, far side. Now drop down low to Ranger. Centering pass goes behind the back of Kovarik. Ranger had it, Ethan that is, off of him. Sent behind the net that is, to Sadownik. Sadownik to work. Panthers still trying to get rid of it, can't do it. 1:06 to go on the power play. Drive comes in from the left side, and Kuchaslo will hold on. And now we get a couple of players getting pushed through the crease, including Ethan Ranger. A lot of whistles, but do we get penalties? Apparently nothing. So we play on. One minute remains in the power play, and Gale is able to get it out. Swiped by Horiachka and sent all the way down. 49 seconds remains. Cyclones across the line, 3-on-3, and a drive from the right side by Samuel Eaton is held on to by Kuchaslo. William Piney faced a career high 64, or made 64 saves of 67 shots in a 4-3 win over Oregon on October 25th of 2024. That is his career high, 67 shots. We're at 21 right now. Not really on pace to break that, but we'll see. Puck down in the Cyclones zone. Snap over to the left side. Kula. Behind the net. Chased by the Cyclones. Sterling Ponick is in there. Condyles is there. We're back to 5-on-5. Outlet pass intercepted by Jamison. Devin Jamison, 1 goal, 3 assists. He leads it off. It makes its way out in front and a save. Matthew Johnson with a shot. Piney with the save. Up top again, Sadownik. He shoots in. And nothing except for Piney to make the save. 14:37 to go in the period. Drury comes in ranked number 8. The top 25 is what's ranked right now, and Iowa State, the last final poll of last season, ranked 50. $14:26 to go in the period. Panthers still looking to get something going, but instead it'll be the Cyclones getting upended by the referee was Braden Kearns. Puck back into the Iowa State zone. Panthers with Ravenstein. Jamison, nice move, gets it over to Brewer. And we get a whistle. It'll be a slashing call. Panthers go on the power play. In the penalty box, Kovarik. Power play number 4. 4 penalties, 8 minutes.
John Kovarik, 2-minute minor for slashing. Time of the penalty, 6:09. Kovarik, 2-minute minor for slashing at 6:09. The
Saved by Piney, and he'll hold on. 13:38 to go in the period. 1:48 remaining in the power play. The Panthers right now are 2 for 4 with the man advantage. So now they try to work in it again. Big save there. With 12:58 and the clock rolling. 1:02 remaining in the power play. Drive comes in, misses wide. Panthers still try to work it with Aston. Here's a shorthanded scenario coming in, and getting a drive is Kearns. Save Kachaslo. Rebound, they score! Kearns will get a shorthanded goal. And it's 4-1. So the Panthers, who had trouble clearing the puck, just a spin around shot that Kachaslo could not stop. So here in the second period, It is their first shorthanded goal that the Panthers have given up.
A shorthanded goal scored by number 21, Braden Kearns. Time of the goal, 7:33. Kearns unassisted. Shorthanded goal at 7:33.
.12:07 to go in the period. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Locked in front. Power play is expired. We're back to 5-on-5. (25-9) of the shots. Puck is cleared all the way down to the Panthers zone. Icing will be the call. By Piney. Chasing it was Bosher. Near side boards. Here is a drive by Brewer. The rebound through. Bosher not able to grab. Now we get a whistle. We get penalties here. Looks like a high stick will be called. Power play number 5 for the Panthers. So going into the box for the Cyclones is Klondiles.
The number 6, Christopher Condolis. 2-minute minor for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 8:59. Condolis, 2-minute minor for high sticking at 8:59. The Panthers are on the power play.
Yes, they are. Okay. .10:34 remaining. And another power play, number 5. As Condolis is in. Panthers work it up top. Do they get it to Sadownik? They do. Working it down low once again. Cross ice to the left side. Held in by Sadownik. 1:03 remaining in the power play. 10 minutes to go in period number 2. Sadownik. Right side again. Walters. He'll drop it down. Intercepted. Can Franey clear? No. Panthers keep it. Garcha. Up top, Sadownik. Drive in. Piney save. Sadownik again, left side. Down in low. Garcha. Garcha looking. Broken up in front by Myers. They work it with 23 seconds. It is out too far for Sadownik. Power play is expired. 9 minutes to go. Here comes a drive in and a save. As Francis Young-Menard gets it. 8:44 remaining in the period. Drive comes in, missing as Kosick got it. 28-9 of the shots, they favor the Panthers. Puck is out to center, and Kosick is able to clear. .820 remains in the period. Coming up, Brett Sweet, goaltender, will be our second period intermission guest. Off the boards, sent all the way down. Panthers will go to retrieve. Here's Young Menard. Lead pass. It connects with Horiachka, but off of his stick. Don't forget, coming up later on tonight, Drury Panthers, Division III, Dallas Baptist Patriots. We'll have it for you right after this. At about 9:45-ish, we'll be on the air. 9:30, or as soon as everything clears here, we can get reset. It will be on our Division III broadcast channel. Right out in front, looking into Horiachka, they score! (5-1). Tyson Horiachka gets goal number 4. Here in the second period. Drury with a
Panthers goal. His 4th of the season, scored by number 14, Tyson Horiachka. Assisted on the play by number 88, Anmol Garcha. And number 18, Luke Aston. Time of the goal, 12:22. Horiachka, his 4th of the season, from Garcha and Aston at 12:22.
So the Panthers take a 4-goal lead. Drury with the goal here tonight that they have allowed, only 13 this season in 9 games. Off the boards, Brewer, drive comes in. Down to 7:03 remaining in the period. Puck right out in front. Aston, drive, save, rebound, loose. Aston again, covered up. .647 to go in the period. 33-9 now are the shots. Big steal there by Joe Davidson as he took it away from Trevor Slott. Panthers low along the goal line. Condolis in there to forecheck. Panthers keep. Left side. Sterling Ponick. Up the middle. Gale. Now Gale gets around Kula. Or is that Slot? That's Slot number 9. Puck shot off the side of the net, and it's held on to by Piney. .559 to go in the period. 5-1 Drury. Goals by Gale, Young Menard, both on the power play. St. Clair Horiachka sandwiched around a shorthanded goal for Kearns. Whistle another stoppage in play. Hand pass. So the Panthers looking for another one here, and it just missed. Down to 5.5. Drive in by Jamison is patted out. Panthers give up the puck. Here's Pagel with a drive up high. Out to center. And all the way down for Gregory Harley. Gabe Myers. Jackson Truchon on the ice for the Panthers now. There's Myers as Kuchaslo, the southpaw, steers it into the corner. Behind the net, looking for it is Pagel. Drive in is blocked. Here comes Walters. Walters with Jamison left side. Tried to center it over, but it didn't make it. 4:40 to go in the period. This will be an icing call.
Since 1986, Anthony's frozen custard has used all of the freshest ingredients for a frozen custard experience. You can't get anywhere else.
Face off back in the Iowa State zone. They are 2-2-2 on the season. 1-2 in either overtime or a shootout. Panthers have it. Brewer. Spun all the way around to the far side. Kept in by Ravenstein. Drive in and held on to. Officials letting teams play here today. Now a little pushing and shoving on the far end. Face off, one, Panthers control. Ravenstein gets around one, tipped in front, and it missed as St. Clair got that drive. Kept in left side. Here is Brewer. St. Clair tipped out in front by Truchon and poked away by Piney. Ravenstein missed. Cyclones will take. Well, they had it for a moment. Down in low to Boucher. His centering pass makes its way to Brewer to Boucher. Out in front, drive, save, rebound, and we get the official's hand in the air. Let's see if we get any penalties here. Net dislodged, possibly. There's the down in low shot, Truchon tipping it over after the save. Not sure. Either way, we are now at 41 shots to 10. And it's very possible that that 67 shot total could materialize. That is the career high for Piney. Drop down in low. Panthers in their own zone. Puck brought it well across the line now. Panthers will work it through. Garcha sends it low along the goal line. Panthers still with possession. 2:53 remains. Sterling Ponick brings it down to Horiachka. Tyson Horiachka, 3 goals, 2 assists coming into today's game. Now Sadownik, he puts it through the crease. 2:35 to go in a 5-1 Drury lead. Puck driven in, back behind the net. Sterling Ponick tries to protect. Forechecking is Kearns. Has a shorthanded goal today. Now Garcha pushes Slot into the boards. Kearns is in there. Checking is Sadownik. Puck is taken away as Gale had it. It was fanned on by Harley. And the Panthers retrieve 1:55 remaining. Second period intermission guest, goaltender Brett Sweet. Panthers steal. Here is an opportunity for Gale, but he's not able to get a clean shot off, so it's taken away by the Cyclones. They bring it across the line. Panthers, Young Menard intercepts. Too far for Beaupre. We get an icing call. 1:32 remains in the period. Gale, 1:31. Young Menard, 9:36 power play. 15:37 on the power play in the first period. Then St. Clair at 18:08. In the second, at 7:33 shorthanded Kearns. And then 12:22 Horiachka, his fourth. It's 5-1. Behind the net, Young Menard. Kozek into forecheck. Mulcairn is there. It's cleared out to center. Sent all the way down. Back for the Panthers, Kozek. He gets it away before getting checked. Less than a minute to go in the period. Here's Beaupre. Centering pass. Tried to hit Francis Young Menard for three. Couldn't connect. Now Young Menard with possession. Panthers need to clear. And they will go for a line change too, with now 42 seconds remains. Panthers steal. Did they stay on side? Apparently they do. Driven in by Ravenstein. Cross ice, Ravenstein left side. Waits, he shoots, missed wide. Brewer on the right. Gets around Hagel. They have it again to Ravenstein. Try it again to Brewer. Up top to Ravenstein. He shoots through traffic, save. Rebound loose. Where is it? Ravenstein, or make that Brewer out to grab, but Ravenstein says, I'll do the honors, and he'll have it. Delayed call, penalty coming up. Goaltender comes out for Drury, but period will end. That means at the start of the period, the Panthers will go on the power play in period number 3.
2:56, 2-minute minor for slashing. Iowa State penalty at 6.
Well, while he goes over the penalties here,
91. John
shots
Bavard,
on goal
2-minute
in the
minor
period.
for slashing.
7 on Kuchaslo. 2-period total of 10. 23 on Piney. 2-period total of 41.
Iowa State goal at 7:33, a shorthanded goal scored by number 21, Braden Kearns. Iowa State penalty at 8:59 to number 6, Christopher Condolis, 2-minute minor for high sticking. Drury goal at 12:22, his fourth of the season, scored by number 14, Tyson Horiachka, assisted by number 88, Anmol Garcha, and number 18, Luke Aston.
And that is the 5-1 lead right now. Power plays 2 for 5 for the Panthers, 0 for 2 for the Cyclones. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll hear from Brett Sweet, goaltender of the Drury Panthers, as they lead by 4 after 40 minutes of play.
Pearson Kelly Office Products presents
Great moments in office technology.
When Julie gets bored at work, she writes funny captions to pictures of animals she found online. Then she realized she could send all of her pictures in one gigantic message to her coworkers. At that moment, Julie created junk email. Now, employees can enjoy their days watching auto-tuned sneezing pandas. There are plenty of ways to waste your company's money. Your copier shouldn't be one of them. Pearson Kelly Office Products. Business made simple.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park. Steve Casson now with goaltender Brett Sweet of the Drury Panthers. Brett, Calgary, Alberta native. What made you want to come down to Springfield, Missouri and play hockey?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I just, Coach Law reached out to me one day. And
he's the culprit.
Yeah,
Figures.
It's his fault. So he reached out to me, gave me a call, and kind of told me all about the team and about the school and promoted it for me, and figured it was a pretty good fit. So
now, prior to Drury, did you have any other places you wanted to go or thought about going?
Yeah, it was always my plan to come to the States to play college hockey. So I kind of always figured I would come down to the States, and then it was just about figuring out which school would be the best fit for me.
There's a difference between playing hockey in the United States and hockey in Canada. What's that difference, at least from when you played in Canada to what you see may be different now? But then I can argue, well, the team's 99% Canadian, so maybe you guys all still play the way Canadians play.
Yeah, I think we all kind of, since our whole team's from Canada and a Canadian coach as well, we all kind of play the same style that we kind of grew up learning to play. So I don't notice really a huge difference in our game from kind of when I was playing back home. But there are definitely some differences. Just, I don't know, within coaching styles, you can tell when you're playing other teams that they kind of play a different game, different style than we do. But yeah, it's not really very different for us just because pretty much our entire team is from Canada and our coach is from Canada. So pretty much the same style of game as I've always been used to.
Now, the next step is coaching. So how similar or dissimilar is head coach Jeremy Law's systems and the way he wants to do things compared to what you have grown up through?
Similar to some coaches I've had, and then pretty not similar to others. Like, I think he coaches a pretty, kind of lets us do our thing, let our skill take over. So he gives us our systems and tells us what to do, but we rely a lot on our team's skill, especially with as skilled of a team as we have. So he steps back and lets us do our thing a lot.
Now, this is a team that has gone on several different types of streaks, and you're on one right now. As of this recording, 8-0. Is that a problem? And what I mean by that is last season, everything was going good, and then you lost that one game you didn't think you could lose. What is that? I mean, is that okay? Is everyone okay with having this type of streak, or is there a little bit of nervousness because you do have such a good streak going on?
I don't think there's much nervousness. I think everyone's pretty pumped up and excited about the start that we've had. It's been, pretty exciting for us to get off to such a hot start. I think sometimes you want to face a little adversity during the regular season just to kind of prepare you for any adversity you're going to face at nationals or in playoffs. But, I think everyone's pretty excited. No one's too worried about playing bad and blowing the winning streak. I think everyone just kind of focused on extending the winning streak as long as we can.
And again, it's something that this team is familiar with. You're now familiar with going to the Nationals. That is something. So what do you say to some of the new guys that are on the team that are wondering about what it's going to be like when it gets to the end of the season?
Yeah, I think it's definitely super helpful that we were able to go and get that experience last year, because every other team that we were playing had been there before, and it was all of our first times. So now that we have that experience under our belt, all the new guys coming in that aren't sure what to expect, we can kind of tell them it's a different style of game. If you lose one game, you go home, so everyone's competing harder, and it's a lot of games and not a lot of time, but you're playing every single night pretty much. So it's really different than the regular season where you're playing 2 games and then a week off and then another 2 games, whereas at Nationals you're playing 5 games in 6 days if you go the whole way.
I think if you're the top 6 or 7, you get that bye day, which is really nice. I think Drury came in, if I believe, number 8 last season.
We were number 9, and the top 8 get a bye. So we are one spot away from getting that bye. So, yeah, I think this year if we're able to be in the top 8, that'd be a huge help to us, just an extra day of rest. Instead of playing 5 games, we just have to play 4.
Maybe I'm foreshadowing that. You'll come in at 8.
Yeah, hopefully.
Talking to Brett Sweet, goaltender for the Drury Panthers. Have you always wanted to be a goalie?
Pretty much. I think when I was 7 or 8 years old, that's kind of the age where you decide if you want to stay as a player, switch to goalie. I was leaning towards being a goalie, but kind of part of me still wanted to be a player because I like the idea of scoring goals. And then I was 8 years old. I scored 1 goal the entire season and realized I probably wasn't going to do a lot of that, so figured I might as well switch to being a goalie.
Well, one of the things about being a goalie is you get to be on the ice the entire time. But the bad thing is you don't get to hear what's going on the bench.
Yeah, exactly. The games when you're not playing and you're sitting on the bench, it's fun when you're sitting in between the 2 different benches and you can hear both teams yelling at each other, hear what kind of stuff they have to say about each other. So.
Okay, so who's the best chirper?
Oh, I think Devin Jameson's pretty good. Joe Davidson is also pretty good. They're usually yelling at the other bench, getting under their skin pretty well. So I think those are my top 2 that I've heard.
But you got to tell me, do you have any zingers out on the ice that you said to some of the guys? No, I don't mean our players, but the forwards coming and rushing in on you.
No, not usually. I usually try to kind of stay away from that and kind of just focus on the game. I found that sometimes when I start getting too wound up in that and saying stuff to the other team, it just kind of throws me off my game a bit. I'm not as focused, so I try to just keep my mouth shut for most of the time.
You mentioned it at around 8 years old. You kind of decided, okay, I want to be a goalie. What really enticed you about being a goaltender?
I think the biggest thing, one day I was sitting on my computer just watching YouTube videos, and I came across a Tim Thomas highlight video. So I watched that, and he was just kind of diving all around the ice, making crazy saves, and I thought it looked pretty fun. Kind of after watching that, I decided I want to be a goalie.
But you don't make crazy saves, do you?
I don't know. I try to sometimes.
But theoretically, again, to disclose, I'm a goaltender myself, but theoretically, if you have to make crazy saves, it's kind of because you weren't in position to begin with.
Yeah, it's usually you're out of position or you're giving up a bad rebound, but those are the most fun saves to make. So
fair enough. Okay. Now, what is your favorite save? What's the one save that, whether you say, oh, this is an easy one, I've got this, and you love it every time it comes, or is there just one that you're like, okay, this looks really, really good, but it's pretty easy?
Yeah, I think probably my favorite save would be a guy passing it across the ice, and then you slide across, make a glove save. It's always a good feeling. Feels the best. Sometimes you'll be coming across and you think you're not getting there in time, and you're not even expecting to make the save, and then you'll end up catching it, and that's usually the best feeling.
Brett Sweet, goaltender of Drury, is joining us. What is or what has been your favorite save? Take us through it.
Oh, I don't know. I remember I was playing in a playoff game once back when I was 17. I was playing midget hockey, and the guy came in. He made a move on me and went around me, and he kind of had the whole net to shoot at. And I just kind of threw my stick, and he ended up hitting my stick out of the air and counted as a save. I think that's against the rules. Like, it should have been a penalty shot or something, but the ref didn't see. So I think that was one of the coolest saves I've ever made.
You can technically bring your stick up, and in your mind, you're wanting to throw it, but if it hits it before it leaves your hand, it's good. But if it had left your hand and then hit the puck, that's definitely a penalty shot.
I fully threw it, so it shouldn't have been allowed, but the ref didn't catch it. So I think that's definitely one of the most memorable.
There you go. So as a goaltender, is one of your favorite players a goaltender?
Yeah, I think, my favorite goaltender, or my favorite player, is Dustin Wolf, the goalie on the Calgary Flames.
Okay, yeah.
He's a short guy, and I'm pretty short too for a goalie, so I find I try to play a pretty similar game to him. So he's really fun to watch. He's really athletic and moves around the crease really well.
Is he the guy that is kind of maybe your mentor?
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, I'm a big Flames fan since I grew up in Calgary. I've been a Flames fan my whole life, so I watch every Flames game, and he's usually the one in the net, so I get to watch him a lot and can kind of style my game after how he plays.
So I just want to make sure, Edmonton's your favorite team?
Not at all. No, I hate them, and the Flames had a big win last night against the Oilers. So
yes, they
pretty
did.
excited about it.
So that's good. Start the season off well. Now, the big key, will they make the playoffs this year?
I'd like to say yes, but I'm not super hopeful right now just looking at the team they have. I don't think they're going to be very good, but I'd love to see them make the playoffs.
Plus, the Western Division is stacked.
Yeah, it'll be tough for them. So I'm not super hopeful, but it's good. I have my bar set low, so if they do make the playoffs, I'll be extra excited.
Absolutely. Brett Sweet is joining us of the Drury Panthers. Now, do you have any brothers, sisters?
I have 2 older sisters.
Did they ever play any sports?
Yeah, so my oldest sister, she played hockey all her life as well, and she played college hockey in the States. And so that's kind of part of the reason I wanted to come to the States to play college hockey, is because she talked so highly of her experience. So she did that, and then my other sister, she was a figure skater all her life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you get pointers from your sister?
No. She was a player. She wasn't a goalie, and I like to think that I'm a better goalie than she was a player.
Oh, come on. You didn't stick her in to be the goalie when you guys were playing shinny?
No, that might be part of the reason why I ended up being a goalie. I was always getting stuck as goalie growing up. So.
And now, as a goaltender, they say that you really have to be able to skate better backwards than forward. Is that true for you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think goalies doesn't get talked about much, but I think they have to be the best skaters on the team. They definitely have the best edge work, and yeah, you don't really need to skate forward much. You got to be able to use your edges, move backwards, move side to side. So I think goalies are pretty underrated skaters.
Now, if you're like me, it used to be. Now it's changed, and I am kind of a hybrid. I do the butterfly, but I used to be more of a stand-up goalie.
Yeah.
So my inside curve was so dull, and the outside was so sharp. And finally, when I realized, okay, I need to not be this, I need to be more of a hybrid, then I got to the point where, okay, I had a little bit more hollow in there, and I could, because when you want to push off and slide across, which is the new way of being a goaltender now.
Yeah, exactly.
It was much easier when I realized it.
Yeah, I like to use pretty sharp skates. I think that's kind of more common for goalies nowadays because you need your edges so well. You got to, when you're down in the butterfly, you got to be able to use your edges to move across the crease.
Yep.
So it's really important to have sharp blades. I think that's kind of the more popular choice for goalies nowadays.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I think I want to work somewhere. I'm going to move back home for sure, probably in Calgary, and maybe try to work in real estate once I'm graduated. I don't know if that's my for sure goal, but I think that's what I'm leaning towards as of right now.
Well, what are you studying right now?
Economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that, any possibility of maybe working for the Flames?
I would love to. Me and my roommates joke a lot that I'm going to be the next mascot for the Calgary Flames.
Oh, so, there you go.
Yeah, so that's usually a pretty reoccurring joke with us that I'm going to take over as their mascot. But I think it would be super cool to work in pro sports, especially hockey. And with the Flames would be even better. And see.
You'd be the best backward skating mascot they ever had,
exactly.
Right?
I could go on the ice. I could skate around. So I think I'd do a good job at it.
Brett Sweet is joining us. Now, Brett, at the end of interviews, I always wish players more goals. In this case, like the commercial, no more goals. Okay, I'll wish you no more goals for the rest of the season, and then we'll talk about this next time. We'll talk about that you had this unbelievable shutout streak.
Yeah, that was nice. It was a nice way to end last season with a couple shutouts.
Yep.
So I was hoping to keep it going this year, but got scored on in the first game, but that's all right.
It's all good. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Brett Sweet joining us. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll take a break. Be back. More hockey coming up.
Hey, Missouri. Barrel Bob here. I'm MoDOT's Work Zone spokesbarrel. I see a lot of distracted drivers in work zones not paying attention to the road. Distracted driving is the #1 cause of crashes. The average text takes 5 seconds to read. At 55 miles per hour, you could travel the length of a football field blindfolded. Don't take the chance. I want you and my friends working on the roads to get home safely. Please buckle up and put your phone down. A message from the Missouri Department of Transportation.
We're back at Brightspeed Ice Park, Stan Melton Ice Arena. Steve Casson, Scott Lutzke, Jayla Hunter. I think we have connection with Jayla. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you are here too, in more than many ways, but you do a great job. Hey, can we plug? Do you still work over there at that coffee place?
Yes, I work at 7 Brew.
All right. Well, we need some brew next time.
I can make that work.
Okay, that sounds good. Again, thanks for doing this. What do you think of the game so far?
It's been really good. A lot of shots on goal. That's what we like to see. Think they keep shooting, and we'll keep scoring.
All right, let's hope that happens here. Now, remember, in the second period, towards the end, there was a penalty that was assessed to Michael McCarron, and the period had run out, so the power play now number 6 for the Panthers, and that will take place when we get started here in period number 3. Don't forget, coming up, another game right after this, and we will have Division III action. Drury, and they will play Dallas Baptist University. Forgot to tell you, we have another game. You're all prepared, right? Yeah, Jayla, you.
Yes, of course I am.
Okay. She points me. You talking to me? I am. All right, here we go. Panthers skate from the left to the right, and from the right to the left, it will be the Cyclones of Iowa State. Quickly, shot comes in that's steered aside by Kuchaslo. Here comes Sadownik across the line, and the Panthers do stay on side, though. Johnston, let it go to Garcha. Now back to Johnston. Power play for 139. Up top, Sadownik. Right side, Walters. Now Sadownik with a drive. It gets deflected in front, maybe off of Fanestein. Garcha peels and turns, gets it to KT. Now up top to Garcha. Drive in. Blocker saved by Piney. Up again to Garcha. Drops it to the half boards. Walters only knew it was on him because it hit him. And now the puck is cleared out to center ice. Panthers will reset, 1:08 remaining. Lots of room for Sadownik. Brings it across, chipped out nicely by Fanestein, and it's out to center ice where the Panthers will set it up one more time. They get new personnel on the ice. One of them was Aston, who sent it behind the net to Beaupre. Now back to Aston up top to Grady Sterling-Ponick. 47 seconds remaining. Drop down to Gale. Up top, once again, Sterling-Ponick. He moves, Gale with it, drops it back to Aston. Looking around, Fanestein. Instead, a drive that misses as they were trying to feed young Menard. Now Francis gets it back left side, waits, nothing doing. Gets a return pass, shoots it in front, and it's missed. Gale is on the doorstep. Aston. Now down to Gale, 18 seconds to go on the power play. Aston out in front, bouncing puck, not able to clear it is Condolis. Panthers have it again and tipped in front. Gale, maybe a save by Piney's pad. 4 seconds to go in the power play. Aston still with it. He waits. Aston cognizant of the guy that just came out of the box. Here's Beaupre, he shoots, and a blocker save. Panthers work at 5-on-5. Off the boards, drop to Sterling-Ponick. Looks in front to Beaupre with a drive, and he'll pick it up. Pass intercepted. Can Fanestein clear? No. Beaupre with it. Fanestein instead, and it's out to center ice. 17:30 to go in the period. Panthers looking ahead as it's dropped into Beaupre, taken away from him. Moved now by Eaton out to center ice. Here come the Panthers. They drive it in. Racing for it is Andrew Franey. Bottleneck on the far side. Trying to push and get it out of harm's way as Slot. Can't do it. Still a couple of players bothering it. Kula, he's in there trying to move the puck. Taken by Franey and out to center ice. All the way down. No icing though. Racing back is Brewer for the Panthers. Puck stolen right out in front. It gets deflected away, and sliding right in front was Slot. Couldn't put it home. Now several bodies fall down. 16:25 to go in the period. Puck flipped around. Panthers, Levi Brewer to Truchon, who will tip it in. Line change for Drury. In is Kress. Riley's pass sent all the way down on a bouncer for Kuchaslo. Another full sail change for the Cyclones. Panthers back of their own zone, trying to work it out. Kept in by Kearns. Has a shorthanded goal here in this contest. In fact, the only goal for the Cyclones of Iowa State. Now down in once again. Cleared out to center. Here come the Panthers. And Johnston. Penalty coming up. It is going to be a penalty against Johnston. This is a high stick. Three penalties, 6 minutes. Called against the Panthers. Power play number 3 for the Cyclones. So fresh 2 minutes on the board. Shots now 46-11. Drury, who have scored the first goal of the game in 8 of 9 games, are looking to go 9-0 this season. Getting held up, we're going to get a penalty as Harley pulls down St. Clair, basically got his glove in his face. And so the power play just 15 seconds old. It is done, barring any further penalties, as Harley will go in. 6 penalties, 12 minutes.
Three, Gregory Harley, 2-minute minor for interference. Time of the penalty, 4:49. Harley.
So they're going to call it interference. Here come the Panthers, 2-on-1. Lead pass into Truchon, and he missed it. Truchon and Walters combined, and Truchon just couldn't connect. Now coming across Myers, broken away from him. Kress. He'll gain control with 4:36 to go in the period. Back behind the Cyclone net. Kovarik. Now to Gabe Myers. 1 goal, 4 assists for Myers. His goal against Oklahoma, September 27th. Now 46 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. Panthers across the line, although Truchon got hit hard after bringing it across the line. It was offside. We'll see how that happened. Boom, big hit on Truchon. With his head down, Kress applied that one. So they had adjusted the shots on goal. It was 42-10 after the period instead of right now 47-11. I think we had 41-10 earlier. Now Ravenstein. In 23 seconds, it'll be a short power play. Blockered away by Piney. Short power play for the Panthers, that is. Be 15 seconds of a man advantage. Back to get it is Aston. In 3 seconds, it'll be a 15-second power play. There we go. 15 seconds. Power play number 7. Now they get a drive in. Does Garcha. Power play was 7. Behind the net. With 2 seconds, here's Davidson over on a touch pass to Ravenstein. Power play is expired. Here comes Harley out of the box. He'll have possession. Harley, he gets upended, missed. And now here come the Panthers. Across the line, getting hit is Davidson. We're going to get a penalty. Oh, wait a second. We have too many men? Yes. Too many men. A second too many men penalty that has been been called, I guess, against the Cyclones. 7 penalties, 14 minutes. Power play number 8.
A bench minor for too many men on the ice. Time of the penalty, 7:09. 2-minute minor for too many men on the ice. Iowa State penalty, 7:09. Penalty is being served by number 88, Harrison Ranger.
So the power play again for Drury. Here's a drive in, missing wide by Garcha. I take that back. That is 19. So that is Walters. Here comes a drive in. And that one is gobbled up in the mitt of Piney. Should have known that was Walters. He has the C, the captain. Walters in to take the draw. Condolis. Now the Panthers have it again. Down in low. Johnston to chase. Still with it. 1:20 to go in the power play. Sadownik. He sends it down in low. Working through Davidson. Checking is Harley for ISU. Now Davidson again. Brings it up to Sadownik. To Davidson, right side. Crisscross. Sadownik now on the right point. Walters. Up again. Here's a drive. Out in front. Score! The rebound picked up by Davidson. And the Panthers. Another power play goal. And they have a 6-1 lead. Davidson will get goal number 3. He picked up the rebound and put it through a relatively open net as the goaltender was out of position. 8:15 will be the time of the goal.
Panthers goal, his 3rd of the season, scored by number 39, Joe Davidson. The power play goal at 8:15 is unassisted. Davidson, unassisted. Power play goal at 8:15.
So the Panthers now with their 3rd power play goal of the night. 11:22 remains. All of a sudden, things picking up just a little bit. A couple of players take headers in the boards. Now a big hit. Young Menard throws one on Mulcairn. Down to 11 minutes remaining. Whistle, stoppage. We got a player down. That's Gale. That's the reason for the stoppage in play. And Gale is taking a while to get back up. The trainer is with him. And this is hopefully not a serious situation. Gale is being helped off. So he goes to the locker room. No weight on a leg. Let's hope he'll be okay. 10:59 remaining here in the third. We are now at 50-11 as far as shots go. A lot of time remaining. And again, career high stopped 64 of 67 in a 4-3 win over Oregon. October 25th, 2024, did Piney. Draw one, far side. Shoveled by Myers. Brought out to center. Here's going to be a break coming in and shooting it up as Boucher up and over. The puck was rolling on him, and he got the shot up over the goaltender, Piney, and it went into the net. So we'll have a face-off with 10:47 to go. To the right of the goaltender as you see it, as he looks at it, the left side. In to take the draw, Jamison St. Clair and Mulcairn for the Cyclones. They win it, they get it out to center, and they move it down into the Panthers zone. Ravenstein. Reverse course, here come the Panthers. Across the line, chipping at it is now Tegan Newman, making his third start, or third time he's played in a contest. Puck chipped to the far side with 10:10 to go in the period. Panthers move it out. Jamison St. Clair. He'll send it all the way down. No icing apparently. Truchon to chase. Kress not able to clear, but it does make its way over to slot. He'll bring it out to center and send it down. That's actually Kula, number 8. Puck makes its way into the Panther end of the ice. Gachazlo tried to control it. Back out to center ice. Swiped in by Kavorik. Panthers with now 9:16 to go in the period. They with ease get it across the line. Johnston in front. Pad save by Piney. We turn the other way. Right to left. In for Sadownik. We'll have to see if Gale makes his way back out. .38 to go in the period. Keep in mind another game right after this, Division III action. We'll have it for you, possibly on the air at 9:30. We'll double check on the protocol. And then pregame 10 minutes before while they do warm-ups. Here's a drive in by Garcha and a save by Piney. He'll hold on. 8:20 to go in the period. And then, of course, games tomorrow, 2 p.m., Division III. We'll be on the air at 1:30. That will be a normal starting time. And then 6 o'clock with Division I action. Again, we'll be on the air at 5:30. Puck gets flipped up and out of play. That's a souvenir for a fan. Hockey is one of the unique sports that, much like baseball, if it goes into the stands, you get to keep it. Basketball and football, they don't give up there as much. Here's young Menard. He missed wide, looking for 3. Young Menard again. He shoots, save, rebound, down low, and it's covered up by the goaltender. It's in the crease. It was close. And it was also close that no player had covered up the puck in the crease. That would have been a penalty shot. But the deflected puck, it hit the crossbar and stayed out. So no harm, no foul there. Faceoff, though, does come outside the zone. Kuchazlo makes the save on Harrison Ranger's drive. That's his 12th shot that's been applied in this contest, and we're at 7:47 remaining. Draw one, taken away, cleared, all the way in on goal. Panthers goal leaders include KT Walters with 6. Luke Aston has 4. Francis Young-Menard and Tyson Horiachka also have 4. Davidson now has 3. Harley gets it out to center. We get a whistle for a hand pass. Davidson goal was also a power play goal. That gives him his second power play goal of the year. And that gives him 2 power play goals. Young-Menard has 3 now with the 2 that he has tonight. It's another stoppage. We'll do it again. Chaslow makes save number 13. .709 remains, third period. Puck is deflected out to center and sent all the way down. Grabbed by Fanestein. Brewer intercepts. Levi with 3 goals and an assist this season. So St. Clair with his goal, he now has broken a drought. He had not been on the scoreboard for 2 games. In fact, his last goal was against University of Mary September 21st, so put him on the scoreboard here tonight. Have not seen Jared Gale since he left. Hopefully we'll see him tomorrow. Down to 6 minutes remaining. Panthers bring it across the line. Bumped out of the play was Truchon. He's back in. Now Newman pushes in front with Myers. St. Clair shovel over. Sterling Ponick drops it down. Truchon. Sadownik, he shoots in, save, rebound, loose. Oh, what a save as St. Clair got the drive. Big save by Piney. Keeps it a 6-1 game. So the Panthers with an opportunity. Sadownik, then the rebound in front. St. Clair was looking for number 2. We are now at 57 shots. The that the Panthers have put on. Another one missing wide from Sterling Ponick. Bucket center. Too far for Slot. Panthers will drive it in, or into the Panthers zone, that is. Drury, 2-on-1. Walters, he shoots in, glove save. The Panthers are 4 minutes, 58 seconds away from going 9-0 this season. Cyclones are that close to being sub 500. They are 2-2-2 on the season. Oriachka in to take the draw from Mulcairn. Panthers had it. Driven out. Kosek. He gets around a good forecheck of Wilson, or take that back, that's 91, not 11. That's Kovarik. Now Garcha in there. He tries to push through. Oriachka. Mulcairn for ISU. Same with Fanestein. Panthers keep. There's a drive missing wide by Kosek. Rims around too far. Delayed offside as the Panthers send it in. 4:03 to go. This one sent all the way down, no icing. Goaltender Kuchaslo called for it. Officials say no. Play continues. Now Brewer. To Davidson. Centering pass out in front, hit the post. Ravenstein. Right where the post and the crossbar meet. Still 6-1. Ravenstein again. Snapshot over to Brewer. Blast in, save, rebound, loose. Beaupre got upended by Myers, the one that was able to grab the rebound. And Beaupre sends it again to the half boards. Beaupre down to Davidson. Wraparound out in front and a drive missed. The puck came out to Boucher and he may have shot it behind the net. Now Beaupre shoots in and a save is sliding out to make the stop as Piney. 61st shot. Face off to the right. Left as the goaltender, Piney looks at it. Panthers keep it in. Once again down low. St. Clair, he gets held by Harley. St. Clair pushes it through. Panthers dig it out. Sterling Ponick drive, glove save. It was maybe there, but a good save to deflect the puck. Half-board battle once again. St. Clair gets upended. Puck driven all the way down to the Iowa State zone. Now with 2:20 to go in the period. Whistle, stoppage in play. And now we've got a big tussle going on. Grady Sterling Ponick. He's tangled up with Kula. Now secondary fights break out. Sadownik, well, they're not really fights. They're just failing to let go of the jerseys. That's Sadownik and Ethan Pagel. Sadownik's going. Pagel is going. Because they're staying in the penalty box, I'm going to assume that it's just 2 minutes with 2:17 remaining. although a couple of other players are making their way to the tunnel. A lot of folks in the sin bin. Sheila, I don't know if you can get an idea of who all's in that sin bin. There we go. Thank you, Scott. So Grady Sterling Ponick is in there. Lucas Sadownik. And looks like just one for Iowa State, but we'll see if there's any potential 10-minute scenarios here. So everything being talked over by the officials. And we'll have their decision coming up here shortly. But that will give us the time to tell you that coming up right after this, we will have Division III action. 9:45 is the scheduled start time. We will have it on our Division III stream. Dallas Baptist Patriots come in. And then tomorrow, Patriots will also be in for a 2 o'clock start. And then we'll finish things up here with Drury and Iowa State at 6 p.m. Central Time. So discussing everything that's going on here, which once they figure this out, I'm thinking it should all even out. Although Pagel has been taken out of the penalty box. So maybe, yeah, we'll let public address announcer Kevin Klein tell us all about
Penalties
it.
At the 17:41 mark. For Iowa State, number 14, Ethan Pagel, 5-minute major and a game misconduct for face mask and a 2-minute minor for roughing. For Drury, 2-minute minor for roughing to number 44, Grady Sterling Ponick, and to number 22, Lucas Sadownik, 5-minute major for head contact and a game misconduct. Time of the penalties, 17:49. Pagel, 5-minute major and a game misconduct for face mask and a 2-minute minor for roughing for Iowa State. Sterling Ponick, 2-minute minor for roughing. And Sadownik, 5-minute major and a game misconduct for head contact.
So that's the penalties. We'll total them up for you here in a second, as Garcha had to go off of him. So with that, 10 penalties, 31 minutes for the Cyclones. And for the Panthers, six penalties, 23 minutes. A lot of penalties adding up there. Now the key, though, is the face mask and the game misconduct. I don't think that means, as we get puck coming out of play, I don't think that means that Pagel will be unavailable for tomorrow's game. None of them got disqualifications. Shot 62-13. A couple of players fall down. Jameson's one of them. He gets back into the play for the Panthers. Puck is cleared and shoveled out to center ice.
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute remaining.
Line change for Iowa State. Panthers with a 6-1 lead. They bring it across the line. Davidson looking for a centering pass, or Jamison that was, to Walters, and it didn't connect. 41 seconds remains. Panthers still keep control. Far side boards. Johnston. They drive it down in low to Jamison. Oh, what a move as he put it around Harley. But Harley says, nah, I'm taking it. He does, clears it all the way down. Chazlo to stop. 14 seconds remains. Here's Ravenstein with 7. Now Beaupre as he tried to come. But time runs out here in the third period. 20 shots on Piney with a 3-period total of 62. Just 3 on Kuchaslo, 3-period total of 13. Power plays, the Panthers were 3 for 8. 0 for 3 were the Cyclones. Penalty totals, 10 for 31 to Iowa State, and Drury assessed 6 for 23. And again, that includes the head contact and the other 10-minute misconduct penalties that were assessed to Pagel and to Sedanic. But the final score, 6-1. Again, Gale at 1:31. Young Menard on the power play at 9:36. Young Menard again on the power play at 15:37. 18:08. It was St. Clair, his third, makes it 4-0. Kearns gets a shorthanded goal in the second at 7:33. Horiachka, his fourth at 12:22 of the second, and then in the third, power play goal Davidson at 8:15. 6-1 is the final score, and that is going to do it for us here at Brightspeed Ice Park. In game number 1, 4 on the weekend, but we are 1 down. 6-1 final for Drury University over Iowa State. Thanks so much for tuning in. We will be back. That's Scott Lutzke who keeps us on the air. Also, Jayla Hunter, my camera lady. I'm Steve Casson. We will see you on our Division 3 stream. That'll be coming up here shortly, so be sure to watch for that. But once again, the camera has a mind of its own once again. 6-1, the Panthers. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.